Hey there, Flesh and Blood folks. So it's felt like forever away, but no longer. It's finally here this weekend, World's Weekend down in San Jose. So I'll be there this weekend, and I'm looking forward to a ton of fun and getting to meet all of you folks. But before we jet off, let's review the schedule, go over how to submit our deck lists, and some other small details so that we can have a successful weekend. A huge shout out to our channel members for supporting what we do here. If you want to get involved with the channel and the Dice Commando community, please consider joining as a channel member. Remember, these videos are only possible with your support. You can show that support with a like, a subscribe, and by leaving us a comment and sharing your feedback. Community first, and go Commando. Hey there, Fab folks. Thanks for tuning in. Wanted to do a little bit of a recap, kind of a schedule rundown and all that before we head out to World. So I personally am getting in Friday afternoon. Well, airline gods willing, I'm getting in Friday afternoon, pretty early afternoon, hoping to get all set up and all that stuff, and then go use some of those event ticks and all that. And then, we'll be playing in the Calling on Saturday. That'll be the big thing. So what I wanted to do was run through just real quick some details for the weekend. Now, obviously, if a lot of you guys probably already know this, some of you guys may, I'm shooting this Thursday morning, some of you guys may actually be down there already, and then you don't need this info, and fair enough. Now, if for whatever reason you're deciding last minute you want to go, it does look like everything's still open in terms of availability. It appears that way. Don't quote me on that for when you go to make your click, but I have to guess the airline would be your main thing. If you are just in the area, though, they're doing this really cool thing, this Fresh to Fab event. I think this is really cool. Like for $50, you get classic battle. This is great value, right? Like classic battles, a playmat, like a real playmat, some booster packs. You get a Learn to Play tournament with Aria, and then a Rhinar Dorinthea event. It's pretty cool, right? Like pretty cool. And then you get the sealed with coaching for all for $50. That's pretty great value. I mean, again, it's probably not worth flying across the country for, but either way, it's pretty cool for new to Fab if you're in the area and you just want to stop by, even sitting on the sidelines. We had a video yesterday about how Dynasty may be a great time to get in if you've kind of been debating it. So, all right, anyway, let's go through kind of the weekend schedule first. Let me get this pulled up here. Obviously, no script for today. So we'll that's why we're on the small screen, right? So the Calling this is November, right, so this is Saturday at 9 a.m. But let's start with Friday. So just going down, there's Friday tournaments. There's a draft at 9:30 a.m. So when everything basically starts. Blitz, right, all sorts of stuff. I mean, again, I'm not going to read them all out, but there's all sorts of stuff. You can find this on the Channel Fireball site. I'll link that below, I'll link that below in the comments. Right, Saturday tournament. So there's the Calling, right? That's the big one at 9 a.m. Be there early. They'll have the players meeting and all that. So make sure you're there plenty early. We're going to talk about submitting deck lists for that in a bit. And then there's side events all day Saturday as well. Classic Constructed Daily Double for ticks, right? And then Sunday, there's the Battle Hardened. There's a casual Welcomed Sealed. The Div Challenge, that one you can't get into that one. You have to be super cool to get into that one. There's the Alpha Draft, which you can win ticks into if you do, or you can ticks into, or you can win spots into. So you can't register straight up for that. But yeah, and then it looks like everything kind of starts to wind down. But I'm flying out Sunday evening around that time. So, and then here are the different packages you can buy. The Fresh to Fab pack, $50. That's crazy. This is the one I think most people bought. It comes with a playmat and stuff. There was another one at one point that was cheaper, but it didn't come with a bunch of the stuff. And then what we're going to have is the on-demand, they're going to have on-demand events that they're just going to fire, right? They're just going to fire all week. This will be how you can do all your tick grinding. $10 for Blitz, $20 for booster draft, and then $10 for CC. Probably the best way to grind is the Blitz, obviously. So make sure you're bringing a variety of decks, but not too much, because stuff can go missing at these type of large events, right? So you want to make sure you protect yourself. So, all right, what I wanted to do here real quick was, this is obviously mine. I'm going to go to submit deck list. We're just going to walk through that. So you can either do it manually and go input each card, which sounds like a super fun way to do it, or you can go over to fab-tastic and you can build your deck. So see my deck here. This is Dorinthea for World, so I went and I built that. So whenever you're ready, so you can go in here. Now, what we're used to is going to like settings and export and stuff for using that on other sites. Many of you are used to that. But what you want to do for this is you want to copy. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Sorry about that. You can go up here. So you can see that now, right? You can see up here, I am highlighting the code. Okay. So we're going to highlight the code that lasts. It's like build/AYQ. Then we're going to copy that. Okay, yeah, it looks like you can't see the copy, but that's just the way it works. And then we're going to go here, and we're going to enter the deck list code, right? So it's that. So for mine, it's AYQ, DV, VIG, whatever, right? For you, it'll be a different identifier. Just put that in there, and then we go import. And it does it all for us, right? So that's a lot better than looking up all the individual cards, okay? And then we go to validate and submit, right? All that stuff. And then, yeah, go from there. So I'm not entirely done yet. I'm still debating one card slot, so I'm not going to click submit. But you guys get the idea there. Okay, so that was a good learning. Thank you, Kevin, for steering me to that. I was curious how we were going to do that. And, you don't want to have to be writing things in the morning, and it looks like everything's going to be run off the phone. Anyway, so... all right, that's a big one, right? So as we go through, there's a couple other things I wanted to point out just from LSS's site. All these I've stole from LSS's Facebook page, but obviously James White is going to be there. I mean, I guess not obviously, but I think most of us expected that. So he'll be there. That's cool. Maybe you get a high five or a handshake. Just remember, he's a dude too, so give him his space, right? And by a dude, like he's a normal human being, so give him his space. He's gonna have people around him all weekend, so. Be polite, be quick, and all that. Professor will be there. Professor's always a nice person. I had a chance to meet him in person, shake his hand many, many years ago. Yeah, nice dude. I know he likes to play Dash, so tech against Dash, I guess. Maybe. No, I was kidding. All right, and then for the artists, this is something else I'm excited about. I know a lot of our DC team guys are excited about. We've got a special thread trying to get everybody their autographs. So Levia Prima will be there. She did Prism, and she did Luminaris, as well as some other stuff. If you are curious on what people have done, actually we had FabDB up. Let's go ahead and pull it up again, and I can show you. You can go to cards, browse, and then find a card that that person did. So like, for example, Sam Yang is going to be there. We'll talk about him in a second. So you can go to Dash, one of the cards he's done, and go down here, and you can click on their name. And it will bring up their profile as well as all of the cards that they've done, which is pretty cool. So then you can go through your collection. If you have extras, go through your collection, or stuff you want signed. Doesn't have to be extras, right? Whatever you want signed that you have, you can bring it down and try and get it signed. I'm not sure how much it costs and all that, and I'm not sure on the schedules. I did ask LSS through their Facebook page. I did ask them for a schedule of the artists, and they have not replied or have chosen not to, which is fine. They may not have it. But don't stress about it. Don't ruin your weekend about the artist thing unless that's specifically why you're going. But it's a really cool bonus to be down there for. So again, you can go use that method to look up anybody. You just have to know one card that they can do, one card that they've done, and then go click on that, and it'll take you to their page, which is really, really, really neat. All right, so she'll be there. Sam Yang and MJ will be there. Sam Yang did Fi, he did Dash. We just pulled up his page. He did some other stuff as well. Wisnu Tan will be there. He did Rhinar and Levia, however you want to say it, Levia for Leviathan, I'm pretty sure. But he'll be there as well. I have a nice shiny Levia that I'm going to try and get signed for a friend. And then this one's big for me. Luis Lasahito, sorry. But he did my girl Dorinthea. So he was kind of one of the later ads. So I'm definitely going to try and get some stuff signed there. I have to figure out what I want to get signed, because I've got a cold foil Dorinthea, which I don't think I want signed. I've got a rainbow foil, which maybe I'll get signed. So either way. And then again, these are not necessarily all of the people that will be there. There may be more. Those are just the ones that I've been able to identify will be there. So, we can try and get there and go hit up Artist Alley and see who's there and see what we can do. But either way, that was kind of all I wanted to talk about today. But really, kind of the plan is calling for me. Calling is Saturday. I don't really expect to make day 2. I mean, I'm just being realistic. I mean, the 0-2 drop thing was a joke, but kind of not really, right? Like, I mean, I don't expect to make day 2, but I do expect to do well. You guys saw which deck I will be playing, right? It's no secret there. I've been telling people I'm going to run my girl and just have fun. That's what I've been looking at. For me, this is it's just me this weekend, it's guys trip type of thing, and I'm really just looking forward to having a good time and having some fun and playing Flesh and Blood and meeting all you folks. So anyway, at this point, I think we're just rambling. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Oh, no, I did not. So stuff to remember. First off, big thing, time change is Saturday night, right? So it's actually a good one for us. Like, you won't be showing up to events late. You'll be showing up an hour early because it's the fallback, right? But yes, time will change on Saturday night. So that will affect scheduling on Sunday in terms of your planning. We do get an extra hour, so it shouldn't hurt you. But, maybe you can stay up an extra hour and get beer and then whatever, right? So just keep that in mind for your schedule. All the phones update these days, but maybe if you're going off your watch or whatever, you could get bones, so just be aware of that. Also, I am personally bringing down, I'm going to pack myself a couple of lunches and bring those down just to have stuff. I've got a couple. I like Cliff Bar. I don't like Power Bars. I like Cliff Bars, so I'm bringing some Cliff Bars to stick in my bag. And obviously a water bottle, right? So all that good stuff. The other thing for these big events, right, is pack. By pack small, I mean, like, come to the event with as little stuff as possible, right? You're going to be, the fab is hard. You're going to be distracted. Stuff. Fab community is great, but it only takes one bad person to snag your stuff, right? So pack light. Don't have, especially if you're getting stuff signed. I get it. You're going to have a big bag, but manage your stuff and keep your stuff together and keep your eyes on stuff. And other than that, I highly recommend that you find a group of people that you can. Being down. When I was at Denver and I was alone, it was very different than being at an event with a team and having friends and people to just go back to and just take a mental break. It's really, really strong. So come say hi. Would love to see you guys. We can hang out and chat in between rounds or whatever. But either way, I am really excited about this weekend. I'll see everybody in, again, hopefully about 24 hours-ish from the time I'm shooting this. So anyway, that's it. See you all this weekend, and go Commando.